Welcome to our Park Avenue Condominium Market Update webinar. I'm Ron Wilstein and I'm the broker at Keller Williams Real Estate here in Park City, Utah. During the next several minutes, we're going to look at what's been happening in Park Avenue condominiums in terms of recent real estate sales. I hope to anticipate most of your questions, but feel free to contact me with any topics or questions that I do not address. From Park City, I can be reached at 435-487-0151 or toll-free 1-800-535-0151. Now, before we look at what's been selling at Park Avenue Condominium, let me share with you what has been occurring overall in the Park City market, and it will form a nice backdrop for the information on Park Avenue Condos. Today, by the way, is January 26th, and I mention this simply as a reference point in time for the information that I'm about to share with you. If you're watching this webinar after January of 2013, the data presented here will have changed slightly. Please feel free to contact me for the most up-to-the-minute information on Park City real estate if you're interested. Let's take a look at what has occurred over the past year in Park City when it comes to sales. And the information that I'm going to share with you covers closed sales from 2012, meaning from January 1st, 2012 all the way through to December 31st, 2012. And then I'll compare that against the sales activity in the same time period the year before, 2011. The total number of homes, condominiums, and vacant land that's sold in the past 12 months is actually up 10% or 115 sales from the total number of sales during that same period the year before. There were 1,228 sales in Park City in 2012 compared to 1,113 sales in 2011. We break that down, we see that there were 527 home sales during the past year compared to 475 in 2011. So that's 52 more sales, an increase of 11% in the home market. Condominium sales were also up by about 15%, with 542 sales in 2012 compared to 473 sales the year before. And again, shows a nice increase, in this case 69 sales. Lot sales were actually down by 6 sales or 4%. Sales dropped from 165 sales in 2011 to 159 sales in 2012. Now, let's talk a bit about prices. Prices are definitely on the rise, although there is somewhat a mixed message when you look at sales figures in Park City overall. So let's break it down by homes, condominiums, and vacant land and evaluate prices within the Park City limits as well as the county Snyderville Basin area. Home prices are up 5% within the Park City limits. The median home price rose during the past year to $1,025,000. This is from $975,000 the previous year. Unfortunately, property values fell in the Snyderville Basin from $650,000 to $615,000 during the past year, so that's a 5% decline. So while the number of homes in the Snyderville Basin rose by 11%, the home prices overall fell by 5%. Sometimes that's what happened. Prices come down in order to stimulate sales, and that's what appears to have happened. Now, when we turn our attention to condominiums, we also get another mixed message here. Condominium sales within the Park City limits fell by 27,500 or 5%, from 510,000 as the median sold price to 482,500 during that past year. Condominium prices, however, rose by 4% within the Snyderville Basin, rising from $260,000 the year before to $271,500 in 2012. Land values rose in the city and in the county. Median prices for vacant land in the Park City was $500,000, which is up 4% from $480,000 in 2011. Lot prices in the Snyderville Basin rose by 56% over the previous year. They climbed from $160,000 all the way up to $249,000. So an excellent increase. Very, very positive figures and news, and a good indicator where the market's going. Now, let's take a look at what the Park City real estate market has done over the past 8 years. Now, I want to do this because I want to go look at where it was at the height of market and what has occurred and where we are today. The height of the market was in 2005, and that is when we saw the greatest number of sales in Park City's history. Then, starting in 2006, the air went out of the market and the number of sales dropped significantly for 4 years in a row, and you can see that on the chart in front of you. So we went from having 2,989 sales at the height of the market in 2005 down to 693 sales in 2009, which was the bottom of the market. Then the market started to recover, and the number of sales rose by 38% in 2010, from 693 sales all the way up to 955 sales. Then in 2011, it climbed to 1,112 sales by the year end, and 2012 concluded with a 10% increase above that to 1,228 closed sales. So as you can clearly see from this graph, the Park City market continues to strengthen and improve with steady growth over the past 3 years and will likely continue through 2013. So this overall is very, very good news, and it's great to be able to report that. Now, let's turn our attention to the Park Avenue condominium. What's been happening there? There were 8 sales in Park Avenue condominium during the past 12 months compared to only 3 sales the year before. So that's up 5 sales, but mathematically it's a 167% increase. Very positive. It's nice to see all the interest in the Park Avenue condominium. This, of course, is very good news, and we're happy to be able to present this to Park Avenue condo owners. Now, let's take a look at the fact that there is no Park Avenue condos on the market right now. So they're not available if somebody wanted to buy a unit at Park Avenue condo. Selling prices have ranged from $160,000 all the way up to $390,000, of course, depending upon the size of the unit and the location. The median sold price was $303,950, and this is up 5% from the median sold price the year before, which was $289,000. So this is, again, positive news for the condominium property itself. 3 of the 2-bedroom units that did sell, this is of the 8 in total, but 3 of the 2-bedroom units that sold did so either at or above their full asking price. And this is very positive because it means that the Park Avenue condos are postured to see some increases in their sales prices. The fact that there are currently no Park Avenue condos on the market favors sellers quite a bit here. This is, of course, due to the rule of supply and demand that says that there should be increased values if there is no supply and a demand for it. So this is a positive outlook for Park Avenue condo owners. We want to pass that on to you as a owner there. I've covered a lot of information here. If you would like me to send you a current printout of the specific properties that sold that make up this data presented here, I'd be happy to do so. Just drop me a quick email at ron@thewilsteinteam.com requesting that. I would be happy to forward that information along to you. Well, no discussion on real estate would be complete without addressing a common question that I'm asked frequently after reviewing the state of the market, and that is now the right time to sell my property? Now, this, of course, is a difficult question to answer on a webinar because every person's situation is different, and the reasons for selling their property vary. If the property is your primary residence and you live in Park City and you love living here and you do not have any plans to relocate, then this is not the time to sell. Now, it is possible that you may love Park City and want to stay here, but you are at a point in time in your life where you may want to upsize as your family grows, or downsize for that matter, as members of your family start to move out. Well, if that's your situation, probably is the right time to look for a more appropriate home for your family, possibly selling the one that you currently own. If your Park City property is an investment condo or a second home, and that's often the case with Park Avenue properties, and you're no longer using it as much as you once did, or you're not getting the rental income that you previously received from your investment, well, perhaps this may be the right time for you to sell and possibly invest elsewhere. The point is, you need to ask yourself, what would you do if you sold your property? How would selling it change your life? Does it help you accomplish your short-term or your long-term goals? And asking yourself these sorts of questions will generally lead you in the right direction for your particular situation. Now, if you decide that now is the right time to sell your property, the next question you'll want to ask yourself is my property ready to be put on the market? Do I need to do anything to prepare it so that it will sell more easily and for more money? To assist property owners with an outsider's opinion as to the condition of their property, I offer a free property condition assessment. And this includes a list of suggestions of repairs or enhancements that you can do to your property to help it sell faster and for more money. Now, many people find this assessment to be helpful as they prepare their property for selling, either now or in the future. So you're welcome to take advantage of it if you want to. It used to be true that certain property times of the year were best for selling certain types of properties, either a primary residence or a second home or rental property. But that's really no longer true. 94% of all buyers go to the internet first to find properties for sale. And they will often start looking for properties months in advance of their plans to buy. So the sooner you put your home or your condominium on the market, the sooner it will be on the internet for buyers to see, thereby increasing your probability of selling your property. Now, if you're interested in a free property condition assessment to assist you in getting your property ready to sell, call or email me and I would be happy to take a look at your property and offer you some helpful suggestions. If you would like to discuss your particular situation with me, I'd be glad to do so. Many people like to call me with various scenarios that they're considering, and I'm always happy to assist them in any way that I can. Well, I want to thank you for joining me on this webinar today. I hope it's been helpful and informative. My goal has always been to provide up-to-the-minute information about the Park City real estate market so that you can get the most out of your real estate investment, and I hope I've been effective at doing so. If you have any questions about your market area that I've not covered in this webinar, or simply want to know what your property is worth in today's market, just give me a call or send me an email. I'm available to answer your questions to assist you in any way that I can. So again, my phone number, 1-800-535-0151, or email ron@thewilsteinteam.com. Send me your questions or request the free property condition assessment or a property value assessment if you want. And you can even contact me if you're interested in any of those items or anything else that comes to mind. So one final announcement, and then I'll let you go. On the second Tuesday of every month, we present live a webinar known as Park City Market Talk. And together with my son Jeremy, we present the latest news about the Park City market, some of which I covered in today's webinar, kind of giving you a taste of what we cover. And then we zero in on a couple of topics that seem to be on most people's minds based upon the questions that we receive. Since it is a live presentation, you can ask your questions online at the end of the presentation, and we do our best to answer them. We also archive those past webinars, and so you can go to ronwilstein.com/webinars, see what we've discussed in the past, and watch any that interest you. They're available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so check them out. But with that in mind, thank you very much for watching this Park Avenue Condominium Market Update webinar, and have a nice day.